Hey guys, Desolate Magic here, and I have never had so many requests for one video topic in the entire history of my channel, and you don't even want to know how many people want me to do another Nala video or eat a card. It's unusual. People want to know the black-red deck that I am just tearing through gold with, well I already have, and I'm currently tearing through platinum with. I take back a little of what I said about the skill level of people in platinum. It was true a couple days ago, but since then, some really bad players have snuck into platinum. I don't know how they got there, but I appreciate them because I'm going to get to diamond. Anyway, wall install, which, what should I rename it? I really got to rename this because it's not wall install. It was a gutter snipe, that other wall that's kind of like gutter snipe burn deck, and I never renamed it. It's not wall install. It's not. I was going to call it Rakdos almost, or Rack Trace, because you bring stuff back over and over and over, like 3 times, ha ha ha. I don't know, like Rakdos hasn't been released yet, they're in the next set. I don't know, think of a name, here. Think of a name, YouTube. There we go, that's what I'm calling it. So let's go to edit deck. I'm going to do something a little backwards. I'm going to do the whole thing backwards, actually. It makes way more sense. So the whole point of this deck is to blow up everything that they bring out. Everything, and then slowly win the game. It's that simple. It's like a more straightforward, more fair, I'd say more beatable, but that's to be to be proven, version of like the Teferi blue-white deck, where you stop everything your opponent's doing and then slowly win the game somehow. This probably is on par with it, but it seems less annoying. It's a little bit more fair. It seems beatable, and it seems more like a normal deck, not some prison lockdown garbage. So it's got 4 evolving wilds because everything in the damn deck costs double. So it is what it is. I mean, as soon as the Rakdos lands come out, we're gonna put 4 in. Then we got Dragonskull Summit because duh, and whatever. This is a very wild card heavy deck, by the way. Cinder Barrens I only went with 3 because it seems like 5-6 mountains is the proper amount. You very rarely get screwed over, and these coming in tapped is just so bad. I mean, this deck's already pretty damn slow. And Banefire, even late game, you need your mana when you pull it. Then we got 2 Memorial to Folly because you can bring back something from the graveyard straight to your hand. I went to 2. There was originally 1 in the deck. I don't know. I mean, it does come in tapped, but you could bring back a Chupacabra, which is hilarious, or a Rekindling Phoenix, which is beyond hilarious. Once they finally burn 2 removal spells, you just bring it right back. Then we got Banefire. For the record, there are supposed to be 3 in this deck. Even I still don't own enough wildcards to run this, and I'm in Platinum League. Then we got 3 Angraths. That might seem excessive, but it's not. So his +1 is each opponent discards a card and loses 2 life. That's insane. That's burn mixed with card disadvantage. It's insane. And by the time he comes out, they usually have like 3 cards in hand, and they need all 3 of them. And trust me, my opponent half the time is too stupid to hold a land in hand so that they have something to discard. -3, this is crazy. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap it, it gains haste until end of turn. And then obviously you whack them with it or whatever. Then sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step if it has converted mana cost 3 or less. That's huge, especially in like an equipment deck, a counter dump deck, really anything. Even Steel Leaf Champion, it's 5 damage for 3, and then you automatically kill it. Fantastic. The -8, I have done this a grand total of 1 time ever, and it was mostly just to see the animation. Just don't do it. It doesn't work. It's irrelevant. You might as well just keep throwing hammers at their face, which is what the +1 does. Each opponent loses life equal to the number of cards in their graveyard. I mean, it works with this +1, but it's usually like 8 damage or something. Like, you're gonna win anyway with what you have on the field because he's so good at getting stuff out of the way, or you won before he gets to 8, or they keep hitting him but it doesn't matter. Like, you'll never get to 8, but they keep hitting him for like 2, and then you +1 him, and he's just out there being annoying. Then we got Rekindling. I mean, this card's insane. It's still like a $20-something card. It's of course there's 4. I mean, why wouldn't there be? And once they finally kill it, I mean, even if they exile it, you'll just get another one. If they finally kill it, cool, bring it back. There's multiple ways to do it. I did get rid of Rise from the Grave in here, and the Eldest Reborn too, because they both cost 5. And that was, I mean, this deck, look at the cost ratio. everything costs 4. So to add more 5s and then also have Angrath, it just simply didn't work. I had to run 26 lands, and then I had to cut entire concepts. It just didn't work. Like, it worked when it worked, it just didn't work. Then we got 3 Vraska's Contempt. I do believe that is the number, because you don't want too much 4. There's already too much 4, I mean, let's be honest. Ritual of Soot, well, you know what this does. Get rid of a creature, Planeswalker, exile, by the way, and you gain 2 life. Fantastic at taking out Teferi, Chandra, that elf lady, everything. I love this. Opposing people's phoenixes. I mean, stuff that people can bring back, even skeletons, it doesn't matter. That 2 life is huge because you need life gain in this deck. Then we've got Ritual of Soot, just blow everything straight to hell. This does affect you to some degree, but a lot of stuff costs 4 that's important. So, you know, and if a Midnight Reaper dies, cool, you just draw a card to replace it, you know. So, I ran 3 because it just seems like the right number. I've been tuning the hell out of this. Then we got Ravenous Chupacabra. Normally, I would go more like, well, I'd say Lava Coils, but there's 4, but more traditional, quicker early game removal. Because, yeah, he's cool, and oh, cool, he can hit for 2, but why not lean on the more reliable stuff that works early game? Well, you don't tend to need to with the sheer volume of land there is. I think there's 24 at the moment. And you can recur this. And also it's a sack trigger for another card. So it's multiple reasons that I'm running 3. But if you wanted to cut it to 2 to speed it up a little bit, I could totally see that. Then we got 3 Midnight Reapers. There used to be 4, but this card actually does kill you. It's 3 damage for 3 mana. That's huge. The fact that it even is 3 mana is why I just threw 4 in. It turns out that was a mistake. But whenever a non-token creature you control dies, Midnight Reaper deals 1 damage to you, which is why it's dangerous, and you draw a card. You do not want to get too low with that, especially if they're running a red removal deck, because then more damage to you is really bad. Then we got Lava Coil. 4 damage and exile it. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, Fight with Fire would be in the sideboard. Because it does 5 damage, so if you don't need something exiled, it's just better. But then we got Reassembling Skeleton. Actually, Fight with Fire, is that 3? Oh, it is 3, and it's sorcery speed. Well, so is this, whatever. Then we got Reassembling Skeleton, so that works with everything. I mean, everything. Costly Plunder especially, but Midnight Reaper, for sure. And you can just block forever. It's just like Rekindling Phoenix. You could just block with this forever and just stall out the game. And Reassembling Skeleton, there you go. Plus, Rekindling works with Midnight Reaper. The egg doesn't, though, just the Phoenix. And feel free to cast Costly Plunder, too. I'll get to that. But you could pay 2 and return it from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So tapped, I mean, yeah. But other than that, he's crazy. This card's insane. So Costly Plunder, finally. I wish I could just simultaneously show you all the cards, but as an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice an artifact or creature. Spoiler alert, it's never going to be an artifact. But then draw 2 cards. So for 2 mana as an instant, draw 2 cards. If they target literally anything, sack it in response. Instant speed. Boom. And then their spell fizzles, and you can actually stop things from getting exiled with other people's Lava Coils. I mean, this is one of the most important spells in the deck, but I did cut it to 3 because these kept showing up, and you only really need like 1 per game, maybe 2, to show up, because you need to win at some point, and there's not that many creatures in the damn deck. Now, the funny thing is you can steal something with Angrath, and then sack it anyway, and just get the cards out of it. Also, you can target a Midnight Reaper or target like a Reassembling Skeleton with the Midnight Reaper out, and Costly Plunder will now draw 3 cards for 2 mana. And that's how you reload the cannon. So Costly Plunder, it has to be in this deck. We got 2 cast downs just because it's instant speed and it's early. To go to 1 Banefire, would I really go to 1 cast down? Probably, because Banefire also wins the game, and it's almost as good as cast down, but like you would cast this so early that it's kind of the same thing. Like you're probably targeting something with like 2 toughness, you just pay 1 more and hit it with Banefire. But I don't know. Something needs to get dropped, and I don't feel like dropping a Lava Coil. Maybe, though. Maybe. Banefire doesn't exile, but it can't be countered either, which is hilarious. Then we got Vampire Neonate. You're probably thinking, what the hell does this have to do with anything? It's a 1-cost 0/3. It just stops everything. It stops everything. This and Reassembling Skeleton just stop everything. Like, if they're rushing at you with mono white or mono red, now they're not. It's that simple. And then late game, if you're kind of in a stalemate, or they can't swing at you, you can't swing at them, or they keep swinging to you, you block with a Phoenix and get it back. This will ping them for -1 and you +1. And this deck badly needed life gain, like so badly, because of the level of red burn, direct damage, that kind of stuff, and how many creatures you tend to let through before turn 3. So this handled it in 2 different ways. It undoes it later and stops it in the meantime. So I did put 2 of these in. I wouldn't recommend cutting it, but I also wouldn't recommend 3, because then the deck's too slow. Also, in case of an emergency, you can hit it with Costly Plunder, just draw 2 cards. Especially if you're blocking with it, and then once it has blocked a creature, then you sack it at instant speed. So there's a surprising amount of synergy. I mean, and don't underestimate 1 every single turn. Yeah, it costs 2 mana, so it's late game only, but whatever. And yes, Ritual of Soot nukes it, that's why there's 3. So besides the fact that there really needs to be 3 Banefires in here, this deck list really cannot change. There's nothing that I could possibly imagine that would improve it. And, I mean, the only thing is maybe get rid of Memorial, maybe go 6 Swamps, 7 Mountains, and get rid of 2 Evolvings for speed. I don't know. You might get color screwed a little bit too often. That would be bad. And plus, Evolving Wilds thins out the land, so you don't just draw lands late game. So there actually is a reason for this. I might even leave 2 Evolvings in once we get the Rakdos Shock lands. So this is the deck where I won 8 in a row in Gold League to get to Platinum, and in Platinum today I lost 2 and won 7. So, or no, 8 actually, because tier 1, something like that. I won a whole bunch. So it is just plowing through Platinum, which is funny. Now, the one thing I've got to say is this might not look like a very good deck, especially if you look at this. It's like, what the hell? There's a bunch of 2 costs, a little bit of 1 cost, like nothing in the 3 zone. It's just Midnight Reaper. And then we've got just everything costs 4 and 5. What the hell? And then there's 24 lands to cover it. Well, that's got to backfire a certain percentage of the time. Also, it's 28% red, 64% black. It just screams that it doesn't work, but it does work. I mean, my actual ranking is proof. Also, there's 16 creatures and 20 non-creatures. How do you win? It just, trust me, it does. You've seen the gameplay in the last couple videos. It wins. Take my word for it. But only in gold and platinum, in the high competitive top meta. So if that's your F&M, build this. Although, God, this deck's what, $300? Maybe not. As in, maybe not, don't build it. But yeah, basically, it only competes against the other popular competitive decks. I took this to a tournament today and went 0-3. 0-3. Now, I got land screwed like you would not believe. Tournaments have something against me. I don't know if they just know how many coins I've won historically, and they're just like, here, have 1 land, and then mulligan to 1 land, and then mulligan to 1 land. With almost half the deck being land, that really shouldn't happen. But yeah, I was getting completely screwed over, but also, I go up against wacky tier 2 stuff that this cannot handle. It's too fast, it's too weird. I mean, Hexproof Merfolk, which you'll never see in Platinum. I think I played against it once. I mean, unless you pull a Ritual of Soot, you're going to lose. And the funny thing is, Ritual of Soot destroys Merfolk. I think I killed 8 Merfolk with it one time, and they just forfeited right on the spot. So the recursion, the creature's coming back, it plays around any kind of control, and every highly competitive deck right now seems to run a lot of creature removal and control. It's that simple. So don't expect this to be the perfect deck. It's just perfect for getting through gold and platinum, which should be encouraging to the people who are asking for the deck list. So obviously full deck list importable into Arena in the description. So if you like this, leave a big old thumbs up, and maybe even send it to some friends of yours who are having trouble getting through Arena. That's what the share button's for. And don't forget to subscribe, because I have for sure 2 crazy videos coming up that you are definitely going to want to see. So just fair warning, I'm not going to spoil it, I'm not going to hint at it, it's just you're not going to want to miss them. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.